Hello my dear students. Today we will discuss about energy flow in an ecosystem. How does flow of energy take place in an ecosystem? As I have already told you about that sunlight is the primary source of radiant energy. All the energy come from sun. Out of total radiation that reaches Earth atmosphere, only 8% fall on the plants and approximately 55 to 60% absorbed in the atmosphere, and about 35% is used in heating the water and land. Only 1.5% of light falling on the plant is trapped by the producer in the presence of magnesium containing green pigment called chlorophyll and is used in the photosynthesis. As you already know the process of photosynthesis. Now, by the photosynthesis, solar energy is transformed into energy of foodstuffs, which is done by the green plant only. Green plant or producer break down a part of organic food in the respiration to obtain chemical energy for the various body functions and coming entropy. The rest of the energy is dissipated as heat, as rest of the energy is lost. The remaining energy is used in the synthesis of plant biomass called net photosynthesis. Net photosynthesis is that the energy which is used in the biomass production, which is then available to the next trophic level, and this loss is due to second law of thermodynamics. The total energy stored in the food material synthesized by the green plant or total assimilation or photosynthesis is called gross primary productivity. Is an example of ecosystem and is symbolized by PZ. This PZ is gross primary productivity. A part of it is used by the plant themselves for respiration, while the remaining biomass called net primary productivity or PN is also called apparent photosynthesis or net assimilation. As you know, all the organisms which are take respiration is a process in which oxygen is consumed and carbon dioxide is evolved. But in the process of photosynthesis, carbon dioxide is used for the production of food, and the total percent of energy in the food becoming available to the next organism in the food chain is called percent efficiency of the energy transfer, and this is denoted by Pn is equal to Pz minus R. Here Pn is net productivity and Pz is gross productivity. Next, here energy is coming from the sun and it is used by the producers, and some energy is escaped out as heat energy. Then further energy is consumed by the consumers, and some of their energy is escaped out as heat. Then this consumers energy is also used by the decomposers, and some of the energy is here lost by the decomposers also, and the nutrient pool is formed, and again nutrients are used by the producers. When herbivorous eat a plant, it digests and liberate energy. Some of the released energy is lost as heat, while only a part of it is used in building biomass of the herbivorous called gross secondary productivity. Here energy flow takes place in unidirectional way. As I have told you in the last lecture that flow of energy take place in single direction, that's why it is known as unidirectional flow of energy. The unidirectional flow of energy from one trophic level to the next trophic level is called energy flow. And the biogenetic, the study of energy transfer between different trophic level is known as bioenergetics. At each transfer, about 80 to 90% of the energy is dissipated, means lost, while only 10 to 20% is passed to the next level. Here, a law comes from this loss of energy, that 10% law of energy. Lindemann was a scientist. In 1942, he gave the law of governing the retaining only 10% of chemical energy at each trophic level, and it can be shown as producers. Here herbivores take the energy from the producers, carnivores take the energy from the herbivores, secondary carnivores take the energy from the primary carnivores. So a chain is formed, and in this chain energy taken by producer is 100 kilocalorie, then energy transfer to the other level is only 10 kilocalorie, and to the next level is only 1 kilocalorie, and to the next further level is 0.1 kilocalorie. So here in each level 80 to 90% of the energy dissipated or lost as heat or in many physiological activities. What are the characteristics of ecosystem for energy flow? Continuous flow of energy, number 1. Number 2 is decrease in useful energy. Number 3, return of solar energy to non-living system as heat and not as light. Here in this diagram we can explain the total productivity. Here producers are there, you can see these are the trophic level, and producers are only the green plant which entrapped the total light, and then it is discarded as heat or dissipated as heat, and remaining energy is used by the second herbivores and in the same manner by the consumers, that is carnivores, and the remaining loss of energy is also take place at each level. So we can count the energy. It is the simplified energy flow diagram dissipating 3 trophic levels. Components: light absorption, La, light absorbed by the plant cover, then I is input or ingested energy, Nu is not used energy, A is assimilation energy, P is production, B is biomass, and G is growth.